Today's question is all about contour and why would you use it? This is the Creative Crafters Podcast. Hi, I'm Bette from Bette's Makes, and this is your questions answered. Now, contour is an easy tool to use, but some of the theory behind it and some of the things you can do with it are fairly complex looking, but actually easy to do. For example, if you brought in a bouquet of flowers as an image, and not as a PNG, but maybe an SVG image or just parts of an image, you can click on that bouquet, and if the contour button appears at the bottom of the layers panel, you can pick out specific elements that you want to work with. For example, if you selected the whole bouquet and you went hide all contours and then just clicked on the one that you wanted to work with, then you would have just that one piece. And then you would click away from the contour and you would end up with one piece. For example, the head of a flower. Now with that head of a flower, you can now change its color so that you have now, say, a yellow flower instead of a red flower. And then you can go back into your same design. I should have mentioned you should always copy your design first, so you're always working with a copy. You could go back in and pick a different flower head and change its color. So now you might have a red flower, a yellow flower, and you could continue doing that, and you could add, shades of blue for a flower or change one to white, whatever you want. And then if there are centers in those flowers, you can make a copy again and just pick on the centers and change their color. So what you're actually doing is building a new design based on contour. Now, contour is also used if you want to just have the background. So if you're going to layer something and you have the one image and you want to make layers, contour is the way that you will make those layers. For example, you had, say, a wheelbarrow with a couple of flowers in it. You would start by making a copy of the whole design and hiding all contours, and you would find that you would have one solid design, and that would be your back design. Next, you would make another copy and decide, what are you going to allow to show through? So you would start by hiding all contours and then picking the pieces where you want the holes to show through. Probably only want 3 or 4. And then changing the color of that result and layer it on top. Now you'd take a copy again, you'd pick those same 3 holes and maybe 3 or 4 others for the next layers, and so on and so forth. So contour has a lot of different ways you can use it. 1 for layering is obvious. 2 is for recoloring images. Now, if you want more details, check out our YouTube channel, of course, and just type in the search contour and you will find a whole lesson on contouring and how that's going to work. This has been the Creative Crafters Podcast and your questions answered.